Hey guys, injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I want to talk to you about how to make sure you get paid for the time you lost from work, okay? So whether it's a workers' comp case or a car crash or anything like that, what can you do to make your strongest claim for lost wages, okay? So let's talk about workers' comp first. In workers' comp case, unlike a car crash or a fall down or something like that, in a workers' comp case, in theory, you're supposed to be paid while you're off work on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, the same way you get your paychecks, right? But the pay is supposed to come from the workers' comp insurance. So that's actually a nice advantage over a car crash or a fall down case, because in those cases, all of your damages get paid at the end of the case. And it's not hard to figure out why that's such an advantage in workers' comp. The last time I checked, everybody's got a rent or mortgage bill due every month. And if you have to wait 2 years to get a lump sum of money in a personal injury case, that can really be hard, right? Who has 2 years of rent saved up? Not too many people, right? But in a workers' comp case, you're supposed to get paid what's called TTD, temporary total disability, as the weeks go by. So you don't have to wait till the end. So that's the cool thing about workers' comp. But what do you have to do in a workers' comp case to make sure that you get paid? The way you make your case the strongest is every time you go to the doctor, make sure you get an off work note, okay? It's called a work status note. I call it an off work note because everybody knows what an off work note is. But a work status note is probably a better name. So there's three possibilities. You're going to get a note from your doctor that says, go back to work full duty, or you're going to get a note that says, stay off work completely, you can't work, or you're going to get a light duty note, a restricted duty note that says they can work but no more than 4 hours a day, or they can work but no repeated bending or stretching, or they can work but they can't be on their feet for more than an hour a day, or they can work but right-handed work only. You get the point. The restriction is going to be based on your doctor's estimation of what you can do. Now, I always tell my workers' comp clients, every time you go to your doctor, get a new work status note, send it to me, send it to the company or the workers' comp insurance, because that's what you have to have in order to give yourself the best chance to get paid while you're off work. If you don't have an off work note, they've got a great defense to paying you. They'll cut you off. So that's why I tell people to always do that. Now, what about a car crash case, car accident case, fall down case, nursing home abuse, medical malpractice, dog bite, whatever it is? If you're not able to work, here are the things I look for. I look for documentation from the doctor in your medical records that you can't work, okay? If your doctor's notes say he's perfectly okay, he's able to do everything he wants to do, and you're off work, we have a credibility problem. You're saying you can't work, but the guy or gal who is the medical professional says that you can. That's going to make the case really hard. So we have to make sure you take work off based on what your doctor says. The other thing people need to know about third-party cases like car crashes, fall downs, dog bites, whatever is bicycle crashes, is very, very soon in the process we have to make sure you've been filing taxes. Now, why is that important? Are you saying, oh, Scott, why do you want me to file taxes? Well, it's not me, it's the court. So in court, if you don't have filed taxes for the year before you got injured, the year of your injury, and the year after your injury, then many courts will bar your claim, okay? They'll literally say, if you don't have tax evidence of, that you were employed and that you lost some time, the judge will literally bar your claim. And if you think about it, that's actually not that unreasonable. Can you imagine, ultimately, who will decide your case will be a judge who pays taxes and 12 people on the jury, most of whom will be employed or retired, all of whom probably paid their taxes. So if you go in there and say, yeah, I was making 50 grand a year as a mechanic, but it was cash under the table and I'm a little behind on my taxes. I don't really want to pay my taxes. Well, I'm going to tell you, if the jury's mad at you, or the jury thinks you're a cheat, a tax cheat, or if the jury is frustrated with your behavior, they're not going to want to give you money in your lawsuit. So it's a pretty good idea for your taxes to be in order anyway. We don't want to do anything in front of the jury that makes the jury hate you or distrust you. So those are the things you have to do. You have to make sure your time off work matches up what the medical records say, and you have to make sure that you have your tax records, which includes your W-2 from your employer and the actual tax records for the year before, the year of, and the year after. Now, what happens if you hire me and you want to make a wage loss claim and we're still in the year that you got hurt? Well, that's not going to be a big deal if we're in the settlement stage, right? But litigation, once we file a lawsuit, realistically, it's going to be a year to 2 years, and sometimes more than 2 years before we get deep into your case or get it set for trial. So you will be at that point in a position where you will have filed tax records for the year after. So that's what's going on with that. That's pretty much the most important things for you to need to know about how to put your best foot forward as far as getting paid for your wage loss, for your time lost from work, whether it's workers' comp or PI. So I am driving into work. I'm almost at work. Traffic's crazy on a Friday. I guess everyone decided to come into work on Friday. But thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, of course, give me a call, or if I can represent you in a case, I'd be happy to do it. 312-500-4500. Again, that's 312-500-4500. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.